Hey there, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be working on the watercolor flowers, but I have to clean my desk off first because it's a nightmare. So yeah, we're going to be doing that, and one of y'all asked me if I could, I guess, show on video how I've been doing the flowers. And you know how I am, guys. I'm most productive when I'm filming. So why I didn't do that sooner, I don't know. So we're gonna get on with that in just a moment. But first, yes, we need to clean off the desk. So let's just see what all I have here that needs to be cleaned off. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. This goes, the water bottle is for the watercoloring. Okay, I have that. Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. Okay. Oh golly. Okay, so I hope y'all are doing well. These are pens that I use, highlighters and whatnot, when I'm working in my journal. So we're gonna put those back where they belong. This goes in my journal. I got some new fashion reading glasses. Who knew that was a thing? Okay, this can go, this just to tell you now, I could probably use, yeah, I'll save this, but this is a sticky note. And what I did when I was working in my journal to cover up baby butterfly's picture, because my my son and his wife, of course, do not, want their child on social media, which I completely understand and respect. But I put this over the picture. When I lifted it off, the adhesive here on the Post-it note, which, I mean, half the time they don't even stick properly, so I don't know what happened, but yeah, it left a residue. I was slightly irritated. Okay, it was supposed to go in some journal for my dinner. I don't know. These here, oh, I've written the dates on the back. That's like a little clue for you. Obviously, it has the date here on what day it would go in my journal. But, yeah, I haven't put it in there yet. And let me see. Yep, I put the dates on the back of these too. I've done that for years because oftentimes I print out a lot of things that I either see online, things that resonate with me, whatever the case is. And so I don't always get to putting them in my journal right away on that day or whatever. And so I always put the day and date on which they should go in my journal. Okay, so here is my July journal. So that goes with that. This is an extra piece of white paper, I know, which needs no explanation. However, I do save these little bits of paper because this is what I actually do my hand lettering on or whatever, and then cut it out to put on my journal pages. So that goes just in a little pile over there. This right here is a lot of clip art, my days and dates that I use in my journal. So that goes in front of me. Here's some little butterfly stickers that I got in Happy Mail from Sweet Maritza. So this is a book my daughter suggested to me. It's called, I think, The Woman or The Women, I don't know, by Kristen Hanna. So I just put that as a little note that I needed to save. And then, okay, this I don't need. Love Tea, that goes in my journal. Eraser, this is a glue eraser that I got at the Dollar Tree. Here are some more markers and such that I don't need right now, but I can't get to where they do need to go. So I'm just gonna put them over there for now. Okay, here's my glue. That needs to be put away. All right, pictures of my sad cucumbers you guys would have just seen. This is kind of going up as an interim, I don't know what you call it. Just like an extra video, if you will. That was double-sided tape. More of these. This is what I use, actually. The microns, I've had these literally for, oh my goodness, I don't even know how long. Years. years, years, years. They still work and they are archival ink. They're permanent. And I use these for my little drawings that I do in my journal. These are Post-it notes, bigger ones. They need to go back from whence they came. These are some beautiful, I've already used some of them in my journals. These are beautiful stickers on sticker sheet. Printables that I received from Jenny. And I can't remember where these come from. They are apparently some type of faith-based, like, what's it called? A faith-based, like, devotional, perhaps? But I don't see on here where they come from. But anyway, they go in my big old bit box over here. Okay, cutting goes in front of me. Sorry if I'm jiggling you guys about. This is just an old catalog. This is what I use to glue on. Okay, so that can go down there. Here are my weather printables, and these come from Recreations by Brooke on her Facebook page. And this is how I track my bicycling, my exercise bike. So those go in my bit box because I use those on the daily, or you know, whenever I'm working in my journal. This morning, however, I could not ride my bike. I mean, I rode like half the time, like 30 minutes or so, because it was thundering outside. And with thunder, of course, as you know, scissors comes lightning, glue stick, and the other stuff I don't need to really put away, the stuff that's up there. But let me, oh, I might need that. This is my heat tool. I don't know if I'll need it or not. Okay, let's just scoot this aside. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it started thundering. And here, Florida, if you did not know, is the lightning capital of the world, I believe. So I do anyway. In fact, I read, well, let me finish that thought. We take lightning and thunder extremely seriously here. Some people do not, I don't know. And yeah, there are lightning strikes. And in fact, I just read about just fairly recently a lightning strike on a beach close by. Yeah, it's a serious business, you know? And so if we hear even a hint of thunder, it's like everyone out of the pool, you know? I mean, we're going inside, you know, we don't hide in closets or anything like that, but we do take cover because it is frightening. Okay, here is my June journal. This right here is called a pencil board. It's just a piece of cardboard that I painted white. I did not paint it white on this side, and you see how dull it is, but I painted it white on this side, and then I put this beautiful, beautiful tissue paper I'd received in Happy Mail from Cat Hand a couple years ago. And so I love the way it came out, and what you do with a pencil board is you use it to put in between your pages of your journal to have a flat surface to write on. So there's that. Okay, that goes over there. Now let's set up. Now I think I'm ready. Okay. I have cleanish water, right? Oh, and let me preface this whole painting thing by saying I am not a watercolorist. I have no idea how to watercolor. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just play, and that's it. So no techniques are being taught here. This is not a tutorial on what to do, how to do it, materials to use, anything like that. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. And yeah, again, I'm not a watercolorist, and I have not played one on TV. Okay, so there you have it. I do enjoy playing though. So let me just make sure that you're in frame. Yes, you are. Okay, my water is up here. Okay, I need my little spray bottle. And then what I've been using are these Arteza 36 Watercolors Premium. It's an odd situation. A few years ago, I did collaborate with Arteza and received things to give reviews on. And then I don't know that I've ever heard from them again. And I was on like their affiliate program and everything. It just was a weird business. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I have really, really enjoyed their watercolors, as you can see. So we will put these, I don't know, we'll put these over here maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's move my swatch out of the way in case I need to mix some colors. Okay, and then these I got, they're just random, I don't even know. They're watercolor paintbrushes, but I can't even, Transin, I think they're called Transin. They might be in my affiliate, my Amazon affiliate shop. I don't know. I haven't really caught, or like, I haven't really, I don't even know what it's called, promoted that or anything like that. I'm rethinking that whole affiliate thing. For other reasons, maybe I'll get into it in another video. I don't know. Anyway, these are Transin. This is a number 4. Again, I have no idea what that means. And this is a number 5. I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah, I have a 3. So let's get that out. I think, unless this is a 2. No, there's a 2. So I must be missing the 3 somewhere, and it could very likely be on my table somewhere, and I just don't see it. Let me just double check really quickly. Oh, dearest me. No. Okay, let's see. So, I don't see it in my paintbrushes. All right, no biggie. I don't know what paintbrush I used for this. Oh gosh. Anyway, we're gonna go with this one. Is this number 4? Okay, we'll see how it goes, because again, I have no idea. Okay, so the first thing I did, and this is very, very faint, you can sort of see a little circle here, right? In lightly drawn in pencil for the center of the flowers. Now, I used the top of this. I just put there, drew around it, and then erased it, just so I have a very faint little circle as a guide. Yeah, again, I don't know what I'm doing. Here's my little blotter thing. All right, so let's get started. We are going to spray with a water bottle, get my watercolors nice and wet. I think, I don't know, maybe we'll just do an orange one, perhaps. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go for it, okay? I had, I guess, kind of what you call, like, I promised, I think, which I should never do, because I'm just telling you right now, I'm not good at promises, and it's not because it's not for any reason except that it goes in my brain and then it very quickly escapes, and then I forget what I did, so, or what I said. Anyway, let's just stop babbling. Okay, so I'm going into this orange color, light orange. I'm going to dab it off on my, dabber thing. And I start at the outer side of the circle. I touch my my brush down, and then I flatten it, and then I pick it up at the other end, right? This I'll just fill in. So there you have it. That's the only stroke that I use. Don't know what it's called. I have no clue. Okay, so we're just gonna go back in. If you want lighter color, you add more water. Okay, I do a lot of dabbing. I'm gonna have to move this somewhere else because I do turn this. Okay, so now I'll turn it this way. I set the point of my paintbrush down. I flatten it out. No, see, now you can hardly see that because I added too much water. So we'll get, this is very, for me, this is very trial and error, okay? So that's a little bit darker. It's no big deal. It's fine because I like the variation in color. So that's good. It's no big deal. So then I turn it again, get some more water on here. Okay. Like dab it off. All right. Okay, let's try to get that, whatever that was, off. Let me just add a little bit more paint. There we go. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna mess with it though because, oh look, I even made a mistake there. Not a mistake, but there's like a dab there that should not be there. Let me just make sure that you're still in frame. See, this is why, generally speaking, I do not do any type of tutorials for this kind of thing. Okay, so there we have the 4. The only reason I do this is so that it comes out semi-even. Yeah? I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. I'm dipping in water, dipping in paint, dabbing on my rag. Let's dip it in paints again. Now I'm going to go right between these two. And that's how I do it. So I just take the tip of the paintbrush, touch it to that little light colored circle I've drawn, flatten the brush down, and then lift it back up. Yeah. And a lot of the times I don't like that little, like, what's happening here? I don't like this dried bit there. So I'm gonna try to, there, that's fine. See, it happens in all of my flowers. Like when you lift the paintbrush here too, in all of them, it leaves like a pool of water. Again, I'm no watercolorist, so I really have no idea how to not have that happen. I don't know. Okay, so we go in between. Again, I'm just doing this to make it somewhat even, right? And then I do the same thing here. Okay. Now, let me see. It's hard for me to tell because it's a very dreary day here. Okay. It is still a little bit wet, so we're just going to make this go a little faster. Dry this up. Good enough, okay? All right, now I'll see if I can, no, I don't know what that was. Okay, now again, I do the same thing, okay? I dip it in water, dip it in my paint. I don't want too much water on my brush because then it's just gonna lead to pooling and stuff like that. So now I have this many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals, right? Now I'm gonna go in between these petals. Again, this is not a technique or anything like that. This is just for fun, and it is super easy if you want to try it, you know, on your own. It's very easy to do. And you can make your own watercolor flowers, right? These will be available, hopefully. And if you'll notice, I just keep going around and around without even letting these dry. I let the previous ones dry, but I'm not adding more paint until just now. So I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 petals on one paintbrush of paint, if you will. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, and then we just keep going. Smoosh it down, bring it up. Smush it down, bring it up. Smush it down, bring it up. Every single one is going to be different, right? Okay, so I think possibly the next thing I might do, I don't know, is, and I don't know how many layers I do. I could not tell you. I just keep going like this until it is completely filled in, you know, to my liking. Okay, now I'm going to go with a deeper orange and see what we can get from that, shall we? Why not? Why not? The reason you kind of want to let it dry in between is because if you don't, it will, it could, depending on how wet your paper is from the painting, it could bleed into your other petals and stuff, and we don't want that. So I'll do a quickie little dry here. Okay, that should be dried enough. And now, again, I'm going to go in between these petals, okay, as best as I can. And this, again, is a darker, oh, look at that. That's pretty, huh? All right. If I can't, if there's not really enough space to go in between, it's all right. I'm going to try my best. I got several petals out of that. So we'll wet our brush again. Okay, and let's just see here. And I just end up turning, let me just make sure, yep, okay. I think I need more paint. All right, now I don't know where I left off. So we'll just pick a place. Going in between the petals now. Lots of different layering. You can go as many times around as you want or as little. It's completely up to you. Now I'm going to put another one in there. Nope, and then I'll put another one in there. Okay. I think that one might be done. Now, for the center part. What I do for that is I clean off my brush and I go into this color, which I don't even know what color this is, but what is that? Naples yellow. Okay. And I make sure that this is a point at the end of my brush, and I just go up and down randomly. Oh, making sure that all the rest of this is dried, which I did not, but I'll try to be careful. And you just randomly kind of stipple it. I think that's the word. I'm not really sure. Yep. There you go, right? And I do a few layers of that in a variety of the yellow color, and then I bring in some kind of brown. You do, like I said, before you add, I'll go in with a darker kind of brown. You want to dry in between because you don't want your colors to run. If that's the case, if that's what you're attempting, you know, sometimes you do want the colors to run. So, okay. In this case, I do not. Okay, yep, in this case I do not want them to run. So now I'm gonna try to go in with some sort of brown. I think I've been using this color brown. I don't know what it is, burnt sienna maybe? And again, with the stippling, just straight up and down with the point of the brush. And what I did, like over in here and over in here, I go around and I just leave like right here, this area right here is lighter than the rest. Like I don't stipple the entire center, so that ends up being kind of like a highlighted part. These are different up here as well. I might do something different with that. I don't know. But just stippling in, and then we'll leave a part that is sort of like a highlighted part, right? These aren't either any particular type of flower, right? They're just flowers, really? I don't know. Again, I just do this for fun, really. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so there's that. So that's done. This page is done. Now I can try to scan it into my computer. I might try to fix some of these flowers up here with the center part, but that's pretty much how it's done. Super simple, super easy, very relaxing, you know, to do it. I don't, why it's taken me this long. I truly have no idea. I don't know if I'll try to fill in some of this other space here or just leave it like this. I'm not really sure. Because these, of course, when you copy them, you can, on your printer, with the settings, you can make them smaller or bigger. So, yeah. I don't know. Because I don't know if I have a circle small enough. I don't know. With these, let me just explain instead of thinking in my small brain. I put this here just so that the flower appears to be like a little more even. I realize in nature, things are not even all the time, and in the case of these flowers, these aren't completely even either. I don't know if I'll try to maybe do some more here, one here and one here. I really just don't want to take my chances on ruining anything. So I'll probably stick this in the scanner, see how it works. And yeah, I'll thank you for your time. So thanks for sticking it out with me, cleaning up my desk. And I hope that you could see how I watercolored these. Again, it's, you know, it's very simple to do. My only suggestion to you as a non-watercolorist is it is best if you do have a watercolor brush. I'm sure that these are synthetic, but like as opposed to a acrylic, like a paintbrush that you would use for acrylic, something like that. Of course, you can try with any paintbrush you want, you know, but I've had better luck just making sure that I was using a quote unquote watercolor brush. So anywho, I will thank you for your time. I know it's precious and I really appreciate that you choose to spend your time with me. I hope that answered your question on how I paint the flowers, and look forward to seeing this as hopefully as a printable in my in the links down below in the description box. Yep, I have a link and it shows all the different printables, and it will probably be listed under watercolor flowers. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.